What's up? I'm Big Bob. Welcome to What's Up, Big Bob. Want to have a special shout out to Brenda Ringwood, who's our executive producer and the founder of Becoming the Better You. Today, we have a very, very special and a little weird guest. Chuck, wave to the audience. Say hello to Chuck. He's our special guest today.
It takes one to know one. Weird, that is.
No, special.
Oh, yes, that's all.
Were you the short bus kid growing up? Yeah. Anyways, with Chuck as his sidekick is Bonita Joy. Bonita is from Lawrence, Kansas, the home of the KU Jayhawks. Are you a Jayhawk fan?
Of course I am.
How do you do that without moving your lips? You can say something now.
If I told you, I would have to do nasty things.
I can do it too, you know.
Yeah.
Talk without moving my lips.
It was great when people were wearing masks. I mean, it was so easy to do ventriloquism then.
Right. How long have you been doing ventriloquisms?
He knows how to say it. Almost. I went to a family reunion when I was 5 years old.
Right.
My older cousin Clinton had a homemade wooden dummy named Woody.
We don't. That's inappropriate.
It is.
That's
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 insulting.
not right. Right. Yeah, we're trying to be a little woke here. We can't call Chuck the dummy.
That's right.
No dummy. Right. Right.
Unless you.
Non-smile. Chuck, just non-smile. There you go.
Yeah, so I met this. I'm 5 years old. I'm at the family reunion on my mother's side, and we did a talent show every reunion.
Right.
There were a lot of creative people in the family. And my older cousin, Clinton Detweiler, walked up front with this wooden doll that he
I like
made
that. Yes. Yeah.
named Woody. A wooden doll named Woody. Get it?
Imagine that.
He puts Woody on his lap. They start talking, and all my relatives are laughing. And I'm mesmerized, of course, because I'm thinking, wait, isn't this a doll? But he seems alive. I mean, he's talking, and he's it was very intriguing to a 5-year-old, right?
Right.
That imprint stayed with me for years, and when I
And you
was
still find it intriguing.
yeah,
Don't laugh, Chuck.
when I was 16, I checked out a book from the library by Paul Winchell. I don't know if you remember him.
Absolutely.
First TV ventriloquist.
Right, right.
Edgar Bergen was radio.
Was he Howdy Doody?
No, he was Jerry Mahoney
Ah, okay.
and Knucklehead.
Knucklehead was Howdy Doody, wasn't it?
I think there's a different one. This is a total tangent, but my brother went to school in California for a while at Chapman College, and he met the fellow. Well, he was at a friend's house, a classmate's house, and
You're right. Because
on the walls,
Howdy Doody was a what do you call it with the strings?
marionette.
Yeah, he was a marionette.
But there were pictures of Howdy Doody all over the walls of his friend's house, and he's like, "Why do you have all these pictures of Howdy Doody?" And the guy says, "Well, I was the model for Howdy Doody."
Not the voice, the model.
The model.
Okay.
So it looked like Howdy Doody all over the wall, but it was really my brother's friend. Anyway, it's a total aside, but
Well, I do asides. So how long have you been doing? Well, let's go back. You have a separate career that you're retired from.
recovered.
Recovered from. You have an original career that you've recovered from.
She's a liar. Not a liar, Chuck, a lawyer.
Same thing.
What's the difference?
Right.
Yeah.
I got that punchline before he did.
You did.
Yeah. So you were an attorney.
Uh-huh.
What kind of an attorney?
Criminal? No, I was not a criminal. Anyway, did a lot of divorces, not by design, but there were hardly any women attorneys when I got out of school. And
None of
women
this
would
was your
want a
fault.
woman.
None of these divorces were your your fault.
No, in fact, it wasn't even what I intended to do, but I found that women prefer, a lot of women preferred a
For
woman
attorney,
attorney.
absolutely. They don't think they're going to get screwed.
And they,
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that. It was Chuck's fault.
I'm putting words in your mouth.
Right.
Yeah,
She's you're putting words in his mouth and he's putting words in my mouth.
right,
Right.
right.
Okay.
We got a three-way going.
Whoa, 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 whoa. We're not going that way, Chuck.
Okay.
Okay.
Anyway, I ended up doing quite a few divorces. I also did general law practice at the time. It wasn't so specialized.
Was it eat what you kill?
Yeah, I
You were
was
an eat
solo practice, so I took, I
whatever you could find.
wills,
Right.
real estate
Speeding
contracts,
tickets.
speeding tickets,
All right.
exactly.
All
And the
right.
thing is, here's the interesting thing is, sometimes I would have picked the client on the other side if I'd gotten to choose the client, but
Well,
I didn't get to choose them. They came to
well,
me.
you mean would chose the guy instead of the woman in the divorce?
It it depends, and I did represent some men too, but like one man left a note in the kitchen counter telling his wife he'd moved out and moved in with somebody else. So,
I
it's like
gotta
it would
believe.
have been the way I would have handled it,
I gotta
right?
believe there's some women who've left a note, right, to the guy. Matter of fact, one of my favorite movies, Invincible,
Hmm.
is about a football wannabe player for the Philadelphia Eagles, and that's how the wife left him.
Oh,
I'm gone, and I took all the furniture, and goodbye. So it's not just the
no,
guys
no,
doing it.
it can go either
Either way,
way. And
absolutely.
then, of course, one of the other things was if somebody came to pick up the kids and they would take the wedding ring that was sitting in the bathroom,
Right,
from the former
ugly, ugly,
spouse.
ugly.
Yeah,
Chuck, have you ever been divorced? Wait,
no,
wait, wait, wait. Can't you say something? When just
something,
something. So that was better than just shaking your head. I didn't come here to look at you shake your head. I came to look at you say something.
something. Chuck, I think he wants you to talk.
You
I've
know,
never been married.
you never been married. Oh, you're lucky. Just heartbreak and mistakes. That's all that is. Anyways, Chuck, do you work with kids?
Sometimes, but I don't have any goats. What are you talking about, goats? He asked about kids.
Oh, so you have a peculiar sense of humor.
You might say that.
Yeah.
Kind of
Oh,
like you.
yeah. Well, that's okay. So, Chuck, how long have you lived in Lawrence?
I just I met Bonita about 2 years ago. Yeah, we met at a ventriloquist convention. There's an
Really?
annual ventriloquist convention every July in northern Kentucky. You fly into Cincinnati.
And
It's
that's
just
where you
across the
found
border.
Chuck?
I found Chuck. There's
Was
a
he
whole lot
sitting
of
on a shelf
dealers.
someplace
He was sitting on a dealer's table.
and talking to you?
Yeah, that's right. Sometimes you just walk by and there's a puppet that jumps
Oh
up
my
and,
gosh, I gotta believe puppets actually do talk to you there.
oh yeah, it's
Right.
great. A lot of
Funny.
reporters will show up
Right.
because there's 500 people internationally. I don't
Right.
know this year how many from other
Right.
countries will come in, but almost everybody has a ventriloquial figure, the proper name, or a
Right.
puppet, and they're walking around and they're talking to each other. Reporters love to come and get
Are you
stories and
making some? Did you
videos.
want to say something? 3 minutes? No, we're gonna go longer than that. So, Chuck, do you have any relatives?
It's all relative. Yeah, I know. Yes, I do.
Uh-huh. Do you have any cellmates,
Cell
siblings?
phones. Cell
No, it's
phones.
not cellmates. All right. What do you got there?
That's my cell phone. I see. Well, here's the thing. When I did magic and ventriloquism
Oh, you do
shows,
magic too.
I started with magic. I sold seeds a summer after fourth grade or so and got a
Wait,
little magic
magical
kit.
seeds?
Yeah, because you would
Jack,
plant
Jack,
them,
and Jack and the
you would
Beanstalk?
plant them and
Magical?
things would grow. Absolutely. Magical seeds. I almost had one.
You almost had one. Are you having a senior moment?
Yeah.
Chuck, are you having a senior moment?
No, she is.
Chuck, how old are you?
Too old to cry and too young to cuss.
You know, Chuck, you really got a great sense of humor. You know that?
Thank you, thank you.
Absolutely a fantastic.
Let's talk about magical seed. See, here's what would happen when you plant one. You blow on it.
Wow.
That's a
Wow.
magical seed.
Wow.
You have to take time to smell the roses, right?
Oh, let me smell. It doesn't squirt, does it?
No,
Okay.
I did have a squirting ring in fifth grade,
Right.
and I got in
Well,
trouble for it, and
I've
the
seen
teacher
these
took it away
I've
from
I've
me.
seen these squirting flowers before.
Oh
I just
yeah.
wanted to make sure you weren't going to squirt me with a. Oh, it smells
Oh,
nice. Oh, it doesn't smell so nice.
it went away. Wait, 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 wait.
Oh,
So the thing is, it's a serious world out there, right?
way too serious.
There's a lot of chaos and uncertainty, and it's important to take
Besides,
time to
Trump is
smell the
president.
roses.
Right. Right. Okay.
Hey, I'm going to run for president. You can't do that. Why not? You're just a puppet. And your point is, oh, well,
Well, there's a lot of dummies in politics.
yes, for sure. Yeah. Yeah. And
You
so
may use that in the future if you want.
I think it's probably been used by one of my puppets before.
Okay. Oh, you have other
I've got one.
puppets.
Oh, I have, yes. And I have one with orange hair, and he thinks he's qualified to run for president just because he has orange hair.
All right. So what other puppets did you bring with us or to
Oh,
us today?
you mean I have to go? Well, you can
Hey,
just sit over here and watch. Okay.
take notes.
Yeah. We have different. Oh, well, here, we'll get Joy.
I thought, is Joy related to you?
Well,
The
distantly,
same last
yes.
name.
Same middle name, yeah.
Right.
Hi there.
Well, hello, Joy. How are you?
I'm good, and I'm a super spreader of joy.
You are a darling. Do you have a
Oh, I
boyfriend?
wish I could say the same
You
for
asshole.
you. Joy, that wasn't very nice.
Joy, do you have a boyfriend?
No,
Well, maybe he's cutie pie you. Right.
do
So
you
many. Thank you.
have one? So
I'm in a committed relationship, but thank you very much for asking.
they committed you?
Yeah, yeah, I've been committed to that too.
I
Yes.
see. That joy's so important. It's my middle name, but it's part of my mission is to help people remember and experience moments of joy in their work, their
So
relationships.
we talked about this before we went on air. You should be in front of children. Children would absolutely love meeting Joy and hearing what she has to say. Maybe not so much Chuck because he's a
He's a
little
little rougher on the
around the
edges.
edges, but Joy is so sweet and adorable. She has such good manners, right?
Yeah.
She doesn't use profanity, which I like very much. How old are you, Joy?
Too old to cry and too young to cuss. And now that's what Chuck said.
Well,
That's
so, are
okay.
you 6? Are you 8? What year of school are you in? What's your favorite?
I'm homeschooled.
What? Thank you. What is your favorite? Do you like going to the movies?
I
Do you like
I like watching comedy.
do you watch movies with other puppets in them?
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh. Do you like the cartoons or the real puppet type
They're
stuff?
real puppets. The cartoons are okay too.
All right.
Do you like cartoons?
I used to. I used to be. Yeah, I used
Well,
to be
you
a
could
kid.
still like them. You're not dead yet.
Well, they have adult cartoons, but I don't watch those.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's important to laugh, and there's so many totally funny things that go on in day-to-day activities. And if you just observe, I mean, things at work, things your kids say, things your grandkids say, it's
So
that
wonderful. And so do you monetize your friends?
she doesn't pay me anything.
No, 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 no. Not does she pay you, but do people pay you?
Well, yeah, yes, and I MC too. I use puppets as co-MCs.
Right.
They love it because puppets. It's
They can
not
say
fair because
they can say anything they
that's exactly
you
it.
don't have to own the crassness. You don't have to own the improper, right? You can say
Yeah,
what you want to.
He said it before you did. Yeah, that's right. They get by with saying anything.
Anything.
I think everyone could use a puppet, right?
I have a few. Brenda. But
Yeah,
all right. And Joy, do you have any friends that you want to introduce us to this afternoon?
I've got my dog,
You got your who?
my pet dog. The dog?
Your pet dog?
Yeah, I'll go get her.
Okay.
Well,
Wait, does this dog talk? Or you just
yeah,
really a talking dog?
yeah.
Okay, so we had the cute little girl. We had the somewhat crass type of Chucky guy. What's your name?
Daisy.
Daisy. You look like a daisy. You really do. What a
Thank
daisy
you.
you look like.
But
uh,
she's kind of a biker.
what, you're a biker, a naughty girl. Are you a naughty
Uh,
girl or a good girl?
it's all the same.
It's all the same?
Yeah.
Not really. There's a big difference between a naughty girl and a good girl. Now, this bad girl, naughty girl, that could be the same, but good and naughty are two different things.
Well, let's just say that Santa brings me Christmas gifts. So I can't be too naughty.
Right. Got to be a little nice, otherwise Santa wouldn't come visit you.
Got a chew toy last Christmas.
So, do you write your own material?
Material. You
Yeah,
had material?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I come up with it. Well, I love puns. I love word plays. And
Right.
actually, that's one reason why I have traditionally performed more for adults and kids because if you get too young, they don't always understand
Your humor.
the wordplay. But
Right.
it's because puns are a more cognitive form of humor. There's a lot of different types of humor, slapstick and whatever, corny, but and of course I don't use all puns. I use other things too, but I love the ad lib.
Yes, we've been ad libbing here. You keep up nicely. But if you had time to prepare for children,
Hmm.
don't you think you could build a 10, 15-minute
Oh,
routine?
absolutely. I mean,
Right.
I just uh, was working on a 10-minute talk for the night that has a puppet. This one's geared for adults, and it talks about my changing career and how people, like over 52% of Americans are dissatisfied in their jobs. So I talk about putting your energy where you find more joy instead of being drained and talk about changing careers from law to that. Now, that's an
Wait,
adult.
people hire you to come into the workplace to encourage their workers to find another job that they really like?
Well, that's more for associations than that particular talk than for corporations because you
Right.
have you're
Right.
exactly right. But another option is that they can find a hobby to help balance out their work. You got to
What do
pay
you
their
recommend
bills.
for hobbies?
Ventriloquism,
I don't think so. Uh,
magic, collecting stamps, collecting rocks, what
pickleball,
ham
pick,
radio,
pickleball.
pickleball. Yeah.
All right.
You have a ball that's a tickle? No, no, no. It's just the name of the game. Oh,
So this is your entertainment. You entertain yourself,
oh yeah.
right? And you bring joy
Hmm.
because you get to express a darker, more, well, maybe juvenile side of you too.
Well, there's possibly some alter egos in there, but the thing is, I have actually had puppets come up on Zoom meetings. And this was during the
Pandemic.
2020 and the pandemic. I realized how nicely my head and a puppet head fit into a Zoom box. Well, here
Right.
we've got two big heads. Yeah. Talking heads. I'm cuter than the usual talking head. Yeah, that's true. You are. Anyway, I would be at like a business networking meeting on Zoom, and I just have, you just it'd be my turn to talk, and then a puppet would just pop up and say something. And if people had never seen me before, the look of surprise and then the smiles that would break out, it was so worth it. Because I know smiles are the universal communicator. No matter what language you speak, we understand a smile. And it's when you laugh, you get more oxygen and that's good for your lungs.
But I've almost passed out laughing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Have you ever snorted milk through your nose?
sure.
I have. I did have a boy do that once when just
You
one on
crack a
one. He was
joke.
talking to a papa, and he laughed so hard, it's like
Right,
the milk just squirted.
right. Well, you have that effect on a lot of people.
She milks it all right.
See, but hey, you have a absolutely wonderful, wonderful sense of humor. Quick, witty. You
You
got
can
it.
understand why I enjoy this more than I did practicing law because it's hard to use a lot of humor
No,
in
there's
the
nothing funny about
courtroom,
law. Right.
and its system is not designed necessarily to
Well,
bring joy because it's adversarial.
Denny Crane used a lot of humor too. If you ever remember Boston Legal,
Oh yeah.
right? That was one of my favorite law legal shows.
Actually, I was on a Zoom humor meeting one time, and there was an attorney on the East Coast who said she uses humor in her briefs, and the judges look forward to reading her legal briefs because it's they're not as dry and boring.
Is it sarcasm?
I don't know. I haven't read one.
Probably sarcasm, and she thinks they're funny.
The judges apparently do, from what she said, because they
I,
give her that feedback.
if I was an attorney, I'd be using humor in front of juries.
Yes, humor is one of the best ways to connect with
Absolutely.
people.
People love to laugh. People like to smile, and they like people who make them laugh and smile. That's
Hmm.
probably why you're so popular.
Well, they say that they like people they know, like, and trust, and humor. Like even when you're dating someone, we were talking earlier about Chuck being single. People rate
Well,
a sense of humor
I know why
high.
Chuck is single.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But people rate a sense of humor high for when they're looking for a prospective partner.
Absolutely.
And employers who are hiring employees also, if they have two people about the same and one has a good sense of humor and one doesn't, they'll go towards the one with a sense of
So
humor.
when we hire people, don't look at the camera. When we
Is that a camera or a gun? Either way, and getting shot. No, no,
so
no.
when we hire people, we're looking for big personalities, work ethic, and core values. We'll teach you a widget,
Right. You can teach them the skills.
but
You're
you have to
looking for
be
the attitude, huh?
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's uh that's right. The sense of humor, something that would
It,
attract you
it,
to an employee?
an employee, no, but to a mate,
A
absolutely.
mate, yes.
Absolutely. If I can't make you laugh, we're not going to have a great time together.
Right.
If you can't make me laugh and it's all serious stuff, I put that off on the side as too much drama.
Right. Do you
I
know
want,
April is humor month?
are you joking me?
No,
I mean, I know April Fool's Day,
April Fool. April Fool, but
but now it's a whole
April
month.
is a whole month,
Is that
and it's yeah, it's an important thing. There's also studies with Mayo Clinic that laughter it can help lower your cortisol, and if you're stressed, and it can help boost your immune
so?
system.
Why do comedians have heart attacks?
You know what's interesting is some comedians um, lead lives that are lonely. I mean, I've met some, or I don't know if lonely is the word, but
You
they're
told me self-consumed. I might have said that, or they really don't live a funny life. They just work a funny line,
hmm
right? I gotta believe comedians just like everybody else. Some are insecure, some are very comfortable inside their skins,
hmm
and right.
because the double side of humor is using it appropriately. If someone uses it all sarcastically or in a bullying way, or are they totally deflecting from
Dark.
anything?
I know a lot of people with dark humor,
Hmm.
mean. It's funny to them,
Uh-huh. So
but
there's appropriate humor too, and then there's humor that can be could be in the way of intimacy in a relationship. And so it depends how it's used, but appropriately used, it could actually be used to draw customers into a business if you have funny advertising.
you're not familiar with how we used to advertise, are you?
No.
So for years, for 25 years, we did television commercials, and I dressed up in a myriad of different costumes, and I think I had 4 or 5 women garbs that I would get dressed up in. We did TV commercials where I was in a wrestling ring or on a ice hockey rink, or did all sorts of.
Did you have any ventriloquism puppets in your
I
commercials?
did have Polly Bob. Polly Bob was a animated parrot that we called Polly Bob, right? And because the first words he learned how to say were cheap, cheap.
Cheap sheep. Oh, that's funny. Oh, that's great. When I was a
Because the bird says cheap and we're saying
right, I
cut the
got it.
cheap.
The double
Oh, you
meaning.
got
I got it right away when you said cheap.
so
I
bright.
absolutely knew what you meant. And when I was a teenager, I was hired by an advertising agency in Newton, Kansas, to bring a ventriloquial figure in for one of their ads. I got paid $50. Oh, that was big time money. But the disappointment was they only wanted Pride, my only ventriloquial partner at the time. They didn't want me. So there was a big banker's desk, and I'm hiding behind it, and he's out in front talking about what great interest rates they have.
Well, that's a good thing. Nobody knew you were moving your mouth.
That's right.
Right? Nobody could see the lips moving.
That's right.
You
So I've
know,
actually been
so you
interested.
have been under the desk before,
Yes. I, I, I,
professionally.
I would actually be interested in doing more TV and internet commercials with ventriloquism. Do you remember Jimmy Nelson? You probably are a generation. You remember him? He had television commercials with Farfel the dog for NESTLES,
Yeah, Nestle
Nestle's
makes
the
the very
very best chocolate.
chocolate. Right,
Exactly.
right.
Whenever I'm in a certain generation, I was at Elks Club once, and we get to that, and people start saying that was in the 50s, and here you are in 2025,
Well,
remembering the line to that TV ad with the puppet, a dog puppet, a dog.
well, how about try it, you like it, or I can't believe I ate the whole thing.
Yeah,
Right? I mean, there have been some absolute classical lines that
yes.
we remember 25, 30, 50 years later. And that is one of the reasons I used humor in my television commercials because of the long term residual that
Yes.
helped build the brand.
I need him for my agent for TV commercials, right? No,
Absolutely.
but Squatty Potty does humorous TV commercials, Dollar Shave, and they keep repeating humorous commercials. I mean, have new ones. They wouldn't spend money on them if
Right.
they weren't
Working.
effective. Right, and
Right.
Super Bowl, you'll see funny
If you want to
commercials.
see a variety of our funny TV commercials, go on Big Bob's YouTube and go look at some of our TV commercials.
Oh,
There
that's
are
so
some
fun!
all time classic humor that you don't have to be that sophisticated to understand. It's
Because
just,
oh, that sounds fun.
Bonita, what would you like to tell all 48 people who are going to watch this?
One in each state, continental. I'd like to say that if you would like to have a more consistent humorous mindset just to get through the times or to use it in your profession or anything, I have a gift that can help you observe the things that happen that are fun every day.
Okay, what's that?
It's a humor journal, and it has 10 writing prompts that, I mean, it's things like listening to kids. Where did I get it?
So if somebody wanted to hire you
Uh huh.
for a party or for something something something, how do they get hold of you?
Hey, I believe in the two-party system. Yeah. Two parties on Friday night and two on Saturday night. Not the kind of party, no. Okay, for the free gift, you go to joy.funandfunnier.com. If you want to contact me directly, I give my email.
Don't give your home phone number.
Right. It's
Right.
phony number. It's Bonita Joy Speaker at gmail.com. That's BONITAJOY and then speaker at gmail.com. I'm also on LinkedIn and YouTube, Instagram,
You
Facebook.
travel?
Oh, yeah.
Uh, uh, so,
Plane.
okay,
Anyway, I mean,
what's the ideal size audience you want?
ideal size well, all sizes, but maybe 3 to 500 or
Really?
association.
So you have no fear of the stage?
There's a stage leaving town in an hour. And no, no, no,
You
not
don't
that
give
kind of
up.
thing.
You don't give up, Daisy. You got such a great sense of humor too. Yeah.
It runs off. Not afraid of the stage.
Right.
And it's, I'm all about being a super spreader of joy. And I'll tell you what, you don't even have to be in quarantine.
Don't scold me like that. Joy, it has been an absolute pleasure. Thank you very much, Daisy. Hope to see you around sometime. Don't bite, but yeah.
I'm kissing.
Oh, kiss is okay. Thank you, thank you. Right. Um, pleasure.
Turn the other cheek. No, oh, that's okay. You don't need to.
That's for Sundays only.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you very much. This has been a double joy.
Oh, it has
Joy.
been.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night.